And now, another episode of Crit Camp Gaming.
Hello, and welcome back to Arkham Horror LCG. That's right, we are back in Scenario 1, the Untamed Wilds. Why? Because if you watch the last two, you realize how terrible it was, and we had a good section at the end of the last episode where we talked about why we were stopped in that scenario where it was, and what our options were, and what we've decided. And what we decided was we were going to return to the jungle. We weren't going to let the jungle get the best of us. I was going to find we want some snake. We want to find some snakes. We're going to kill some snakes. We're going to cook and eat some snakes. Okay, like that's what we're going to do. So that's why it looks a little funky up here in the titles. This is Return to the Forgotten Age, Episode 3, but we're really back in Scenario 1 again because we're restarting the campaign. So that's where we are. Matt and I will be using the same investigators that we did in the last campaign. So I am still Mark Harrigan. He is still Patrice Hathaway, but we have retooled our decks from what little information we got from the last scenario and all this other stuff. So want to say hello to everybody in chat, Reld and Dr. Ardberg. Reld says, welcome back to the jungle. Yep, exactly. Welcome back to the jungle. I'm also, now that I'm seeing this on air, Matt, I'm going to ask you to just tilt your camera down slightly. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Just like that. Just like that. Yeah. So, Matt, how have you been this week?
Oh man, that's a good question. It's been an interesting week. A couple cool things going on. I mean, one is I guess the non-Arkham related thing is that all week long there's been a race going on for world first with Mythic Sylvanas and the new raid that's come out. I know that there's a very small percentage of people left are still in WoW, but I'm actually playing again. On occasion.
Whoa, okay,
so,
really?
Yeah, I have a guild I raid with, but just like a couple nights a week, like a guild for like older people and dads. But we're actually doing really well. We full cleared normal. We started heroic, killed the first couple of bosses. And considering we only raid like 2 nights a week for a couple hours, it's all right. But the mythic wise, it's been there's this race between the 2 top guilds who kind of like joined forces to make it like a friendly rivalry. And right before stream, one of the guilds got the boss like 3% from dead, and they're like, I think we got it. So I think I'm probably gonna miss that world first down, so that way the snakes of the jungle can get their world second down of Patrice, unfortunately. But you got to make trade-offs. So that's my other gaming related stuff that's been fun.
Dr. Arberg says, I've been watching that. Says go Echo.
I don't know which one I'm voting for more, man. Like, I mean, the thing is it looks like right now Limit has the advantage because Echo's gone to bed because they're, I don't remember where they're centered, European. So I think that there's a good chance Limit's gonna get it here in the next like hour, but we'll see.
Oh my gosh, so exciting! That's actually pretty cool.
It's interesting. Gameplay wise, gotten to play a bunch of like fun stuff on the weekends. Been playing some Summoner Wars. Been playing some. Bust Out Bloodborne again. My buddy got Wild Ascent off Kickstarter, or like a copy previously from Kickstarter been playing, so that's been fun. But this Arkham thing we're doing, one of the things we've never really done before, actually, this is our first time doing it. But one of the things most fun for me is getting my butt kicked and being like, okay, how do we make this work better? How do I make the same character better? How do we go back, like, now that we know a little bit more, take a second chance? So I've been kind of looking forward to this specifically, too, because it's new.
Yeah, and I did. That's exactly what I wanted to say, too, that this is the first time that I'm actually replaying anything that I've played in Arkham. And so I have always gone blind into everything, and it feels really strange to have a little bit of information. And so the decks got retooled. We won't go through everything, but what I will do is in chat give you the link to our decks right there, so you can see where they were or where they are now. And so what I think happened here is we just sort of tightened up. I think Matt, both and I, when we deck build, we like to have cute moments on our decks, like really kind of like long shot things that could be cool, and normally on normal, you can do those kinds of things without much pushback from the game. This was particularly hard because we are playing on hard, and these scenarios Matt has mentioned has been maybe slightly overtuned to be savage. So trying to cut out all that cute stuff and being like, for real, like every card will mean something in the gameplay. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to have amazing gameplay. There's still some RNG in this game. And as you know from like our token pulls and all of our other stuff, what we're pulling for the encounter deck, that we tend to just pull the hardest stuff for us. So hopefully our decks will be in a condition that we will be able to handle things a little bit more. We also want to mention right off the top, if a boa constrictor gets spawned in the very first encounter, we are going to kill it. We are not going to spend the entire game avoiding it. We're just going to kill it. I just want to tell everybody. So if you're watching now and you're like, and you didn't watch the last scenario or the last time we went through, and they're like, man, I can't believe they're just hitting up that Vengeance 2 or whatever so early. It's like, no. We can't. We don't have time. We learned some stuff, and we gotta kill the boa. Yeah, and so I think like what's gonna, since this is like a replay of or a restart, we don't have to do much sort of setup for you guys. I'm gonna actually go straight into the gameplay screen here, and I think we're itching to sort of dive into the game. I won't read the story word for word. I just did that a couple of weeks ago, so you can watch that story if you want on our VODs or on YouTube. But basically, I'll give you a summary of what's happening right here. So there is a professor in Mexico City who thinks that he has found an ancient, long-lost Aztec civilization in southern Mexico, near the rainforests down there, and wants to lead an expedition. Went up to Miskatonic University in Arkham to ask our professor, our friend, Professor Harlan, what he thought, got a grant to explore, wants us to come along to check it out, and so all of us are now traveling down to sort of the southern Mexico rainforest to look for this ancient civilization. Is basically what it is, and I think that's pretty much what's going on. The other thing that's happening is, because we are going on an adventure, we get a certain amount of supply points. We're playing with 2 investigators, which means we each get 7 supply points. Last time, I brought torches, medicine, and a couple cans of provisions. Matt had binoculars, a blanket, and a rope. We have switched things up a little bit. I'm going to show you down here that I have decided to go this time with a map, which costs 3, a blanket, which Matt had gotten last time, for 2, and medicine for 2. And thank you so much for the resub, Yemen. Appreciate that. I'll write your name down in a second. Matt, what have you chosen to go with?
So before I said that I was taking medicine, but I realized that would put me at 8. So I'm taking a provisions because I can't afford a medicine.
Okay.
Along with binoculars, chalk, and compass.
Okay.
This isn't so much us metagaming as it is just trying something different. In fact, that's one of the things about like Return to is before Return to, you could meta this pretty well. You get an idea of what everything did and do it. And I do remember a couple key things, but they actually randomized 4 of the main locations in this in the first mission, and as well as some in the second mission. So this is just me trying out something different. I mean, the rope costs 3 outright, which is a lot. So trying this. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, exactly. It's we could find when we're exploring this time around that we don't even see the same locations that we did before. So, if we were specifically looking for supplies to help with those specific locations, like, we could just be at SOL or something like that. So we're just trying to switch it up a little bit to see how this goes. And speaking of switching it up, Matt, I think you should probably mention what's happening here on the side of your board.
So we called our consultant about our deck situation before this, which was Slippy, as you guys have heard about multiple times. We had some talks to him about deck building. And we're going back and forth on a lot of things. Made some good points, interesting points about things. Well, he is heavily pushing for me taking arcane research, which, for the record, I think is amazing, and I take it in almost every campaign. However, this is the one campaign I don't want to take arcane research because of how much trauma we're already getting. But Slimpy was adamant here. So on his request, multiple requests, I'm going with arcane research, which means that I'm running a very specific suite of about 4 spells that can interact with them, because my options are limited with Patrice. She can only take up to level 2 purple cards. So these are already kind of locked in as to what they're upgrading, and we'll see where that ends up going from here.
Yeah, awesome. So actually, now that I'm looking at your double arcane research, and I'm looking at the supplies that you have, should we swap the blanket for the binoculars?
Yeah, that way I'm getting some free XP.
Yep.
But taking 1 less trauma. You're getting some XP. I like it.
Yeah.
In the car on the way to the Mexican jungle, we traded.
We traded binoculars for a blanket. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I like it.
Okay, cool. I feel like that feels more balanced. Okay, awesome. All right. Is there any other thing that I want to mention from this setup? I think that's really it. You have the story. Basically, yeah, we're just about to enter the jungle for the first time, and yeah.
Well, real quick, I guess maybe read the agenda and the act just so people know.
That I will definitely do.
Yeah.
All right, so the agenda 1A, Expedition into the Wild. Your expedition has ventured far into the rainforest of southern Mexico in search for a forgotten Aztec city-state. What will you find when you head deeper into the untamed jungle? Action, explore. Draw the top card of the exploration deck. If it is a connecting location, put it into play and move to it with a 6 doom threshold. And the Act deck has a 6 clue threshold. Act 1A, Exploring the Rainforest. Today you depart from your camp in order to find the ruins Alejandro seeks. That's the professor. That is, if they even exist. Objective, when the round ends, investigators at any non-campsite location may spend the requisite number of clues, which is 6, as a group to advance. So we need 6 clues to advance, and we have to do it, and we should do it before 6 doom, which would be great. Here is our exploration deck right now. Right now, it's all good locations, but as we find and explore, have a successful exploration, we'll put the top card from the encounter deck and shuffle it into this deck. So the more we explore, everybody, that's the new mechanic for Forgotten Age. The more we explore, the harder it is to explore.
And one thing during the setup, because it's specifically returned to, the ability on the backside of the expedition camp here can actually be used from anywhere, not just from the expedition camp, which will be relevant to Lyle having the map. So I guess we can reveal that, since last game we didn't get to have the map on this mission.
Yes, exactly. And so just a quick primer on we are still playing on hard, everybody. So if you're wondering what difficulty we're at, we're still on hard. And then this is the card here for hard expert for the token bag. Skulls is, depending on how many vengeance points we have. Cultists, depending on how many locations we have in play. Tablets is the number of cards in the exploration deck with a minimum of 3. And the other thing is -3. And if you're poisoned, you automatically fail. So that's the really, really crappy one about that.
It's really bad.
All right, so let's do our hands, right? And let's see what happens.
Nice.
Okay. I got a gun. I feel good, but I want some money now.
Yeah, I am going to cycle everything but Rite of Seeking. I'm glad to have a Rite of Seeking.
Yeah, I'm cycling everything but my Enchanted Blade. And I got a weakness, so I'm going to get another card. Okay, nice. I got money.
That is some money on... I got Uncaged the Soul for Rite of Seeking, and I got Madame LeBranch earlies, and I got a Sword Cane. So I have a pretty solid setup right off the bat.
Yeah, getting Uncaged the Soul is so nice.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pick either or on Madame LeBranch or Sword Cane, but it'll be close.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
cool. Let's talk about this expedition camp. Campsite jungle. The camp is abuzz with both excitement and dread. Some members of the expedition are setting up additional canvas tents for supplies, while others are huddled around an incomplete map of the northern edge of the forest. I'm going to flip this over, and I forgot to put this the ambient music on, so let me just do that really quick. and then we'll talk about this. All right, so this is a 1 shroud, 0 clue. Action, resign. The wilds are too dangerous. Or action, check your supplies if you have a map, which I do. Look at the top 3 cards of the exploration deck. Place 1 on the bottom and the other 2 on top in any order. So yeah, we didn't do this last time, but it's similar to the way the torches work in the scenario 2.
Yep.
All right. I think we're doing setup turns, right?
Yeah, I am for sure.
Okay. So I guess it doesn't matter. Maybe I'll go first. All right. I'm gonna play Emergency Cash. I'm gonna get $3. I'm gonna play Enchanted Blade for $3. And should I start exploring?
Yeah, I think so. Sounds good to me.
Let's do it. So let's explore. Or wait, do I do a map? No, the map is not an explore. Okay.
Yeah, the
And
map
we don't
won't.
need the map because everything's good right now. So,
Right.
you got triangle. Triangle is not connected to circle. We're looking for a square, diamond, or moon. And we got diamond.
Okay.
Which comes out here. Okay, the River Canyon, 4 shroud, 2 clue. Action, heal 1 from an investigator at River Canyon. Check your supplies. If you have the canteen, which we don't, heal 2 additional damage once per game.
And I'm putting the top card
Yep.
there.
So now there's 5 cards, four good location cards and 1 encounter in there. And that is, and I automatically move to that location. It's my turn. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. I'm going to play Uncage the Soul to reduce the cost of Rite of Seeking by 3.
Yep.
So it will cost me $1.
Nice. I like that.
And I think actually, yeah, I think I am just going to put out Madame Lebranche
Mm-hmm.
and then Sword Cane. I don't get the autoplay value from Sword Cane, but considering I'm Patrice, I might not see it again. And having something online to help me like evade right away is something I'm very much a fan of. So
Yeah, because the last campaign, Missive Relay was probably the MVP of your deck.
yeah, and I still have those in there. I'm hoping to see them. The nice thing now is because I'm broke, I can exhaust Madame Lebranche and get a buck.
Oh, nice, dude. Very nice. Look at that value. So no value on Sword King, but value on the Madame Lebranche. I like it. All right, so that's us. Enemy phase. There are no enemies, so we go straight to upkeep.
I toss my card, draw 5.
Oh, boo! I picked up my amazing card. I didn't want to pick that up, everyone. All right, we're gonna do Doom.
Yeah.
That's 1 of 6. And we're going to do some bad cards right now. Matt, is the encounter deck shuffled?
Yes, it is.
All right. First bad card of the game, Peril. You must either, and Matt can't help me with this, I must either lose 2 actions or shuffle the top card of the encounter deck into the exploration deck. This is gonna sound crazy. I'm gonna lose 2 actions. You're up.
I think I'm okay with it.
Okay.
There's nothing for you to fight right now. There's no clues for you to get.
Yep.
Snack. You know what? I'm gonna Ward Protection this.
Oh, beautiful, dude. I don't like that you're taking the horror. Oh wait, no, LeBranch is gonna take the horror. Nice, perfect.
Yeah. So that to me was very worth it.
Yeah.
What's funny is I got a miss. Okay, so then that's done, and that was a very, very reasonable first turn jungle.
Yeah.
Phase, so, all right.
And
well, we
your
wanna-
Madeline Ranch is now readied again, right?
You should be, yes.
Cool.
Yes. No. Okay. Well, do you want to try to explore and find a place for me to join you? Do you want me to explore and see if you want to join me? I'm probably gonna. Well,
I only have the 1 action, so I could probably use my 1 action to explore.
good call. That's
Yeah.
actually probably a good call.
Yeah.
Because there's only a 1 in 4 chance of hitting the 1 bad card in the deck, and
Yep.
maybe you hit it and clearing it out. It's not terrible. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm looking for a square or actually I'm looking for a square, moon, triangle, or heart at this location. Yeah. So my only action for this turn is going to be Each investigator who is poisoned takes 1 damage. So we are neither poisoned, so it's a whiff.
It's surge though.
So how does surge work when you're taking it off the exploration deck?
I believe you draw it from the encounter deck.
Okay. So let's get rid of this, and then let's just manually take this. Voice of the Jungle. Put Voice of the Jungle into play in your threat area. At the end of your turn, if you did not successfully explore this turn, take 1 horror, which happened to me, right?
Well, yes, unfortunately. I was going to say come down there and work on clearing that off of you, but not this turn.
Yeah.
That's
so
okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to take a horror at the end of this turn.
Right now. Because end of your turn, not the
End of
round.
my turn, so I take a horror right now, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Okay. So I'm gonna do something that slows me down a tiny bit here, but I think it's the right move. I'm gonna get $1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play Holy Rosary because that helps protect me.
Yep.
And gives me pump.
Yep.
So that's 2 actions. I'll then fast action Madame Lebranche to get $1.
Yep.
And I'm gonna last action explore because we know the deck's safe at this point, and I need to get him. Unless you want me to come to you and focus on your Voice of the Jungle for next turn. You have a weapon. Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
Because this way, if an enemy shows up, you can help me deal with it, and I think we need to get rid of this on you because you're already at 4 horror threshold.
Yeah.
But we got to start going now because I mean, as great as my opening hand was, I have a slow
start. A lot of setup turns slow you down. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So upkeep, right? No enemy phase.
Yeah, no enemies. We're doing upkeep.
Toss my hand.
Okay. Yeah, Scene of the Crime feels great.
Oh, that's actually extra good.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see what happens here. Doom goes up to 2 of 6. And then we'll do bad cards. So if I got an enemy right now, this is going to be pretty great. Or if you do.
Yeah, Surge. Okay.
All right, Surge. This does nothing, but we'll Surge it. And I got a Pit Viper. So 3/1/3 Vengeance 1. After Pit Viper deals you damage from its attack, if you are not poisoned, put a set aside poison weakness into play in your threat area. So.
Okay. And I will draw a Resentful Wilds. Take a horror and attach it to the nearest location without it. So what I'm thinking of here is I drew my other ward of protection, and I'm not going to be able to keep it anyway. This is a very centralized location to explore from.
Yep.
And I'm already low on horror.
Yeah, we're both low on horror, and this might be worth it.
Yeah, I'm warding that. I'll put another horror on to Holy Rosary.
Sweet.
And back to our turns.
Okay.
Here, are we killing this snake, or are we trying to evade it? They don't hunt like the boa, but in order for us to evade it, I mean, you could try to Sophie evade it. The reason it matters is which one of us goes first, because if I go first, I could take it off of you, work on your Voices in the Jungle, evade it, but then that's most of my turn.
That's your whole turn, yeah.
If I don't go first, then I could try to clear your Voice of the Jungle once or twice, move and look for something to start working on. And you could always evade it using your Sophie ability. You can go up to a 5.
Yep.
Oh, I have an Unexpected Courage I could pitch to you too. Maybe we have you go first.
Maybe we have me go first. I Scene of the Crime, and then I try to evade this thing, and then I explore away.
Yeah, and I can follow you in your explore, so that way I can take your Voice of the Jungle off next turn, because you won't be hurt by it this turn when you successfully explore.
Exactly. You might not have to waste your turn on this. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. What shroud are we in right now? Is that... Oh, it's a 4. This is perfect. Okay. First turn, I'm going to spend $2. I'm going to play Scene of the Crime, everybody. First action, I'll discover 2 clues because there's an enemy at my location. Does not provoke acts of opportunity. So now I'm going to evade this Pit Viper. He's a 3. I'm a 3 naturally. I'm going to take a direct damage with my in loving memory Sophie, my girlfriend. I'm going to take a damage to get +2 to this skill. So now I'm a 5 to a 3. And Matt is giving me an unexpected courage.
Unexpected courage, yep.
So I'm a 7 to a 3, so I'm up 4. And I got a -3, so I succeed.
Cool. So he goes up here exhausted.
Yep. And now I'm going to spend my last action to explore. And what I'm looking for from this location is square, moon, triangle, or heart. And I got a heart, which is here, I think. Yep. And it's a circuitous trail with victory 1. So 1 shroud, 2 clue. As an additional cost for you to investigate or explore while at the trail, check your supplies. If no investigator at your location has a compass, you must spend $3. Matt does have the compass, right? All right, cool.
It's funny because both of our cards in hand that just pick up clue would have bypassed that. So ironically, the compass isn't all that big here. All right, but the important thing is your voice of the jungle does not go off.
Yep.
Because you've
because I successfully explored. And so you have to put a card on the encounter card on the exploration deck.
Right. Yep.
Cool.
So I'm going to go action 1.
Yep.
Going to attempt to clear your voices of the jungle.
Okay.
So I am a 5 to a 3, which I will not be using this Drawn to the Flame, so I'll be a 6 to a 3.
Okay.
I will play Lucky.
Woo!
To clear
you would
that.
fail, get +2.
Yep.
Sweet, dude.
I really didn't want to have to use that, so I could use it right now, but my odds here are pretty good, because now my last action, I'm going to spend a charge of Writer Seeking.
Yep.
I will be 5 against 1, so I am up 4. Survey says X is 1 higher than victory point, or Vengeance victory, so that's a 1.
It's a 1. It's a -1.
So I succeed. It does trigger the Writer Seeking ability, which means my turn ends, but that was my last action.
That was the last action, didn't matter.
And
you
that
got 2 clue from there.
And a victory.
And a victory point. Nice.
That's big. All right, so enemy phase, right?
Yep.
Ready that dude.
Yep.
Upkeep, discard my card.
Okay. I got a vicious blow.
Oh, nice. My upkeep with her autofills my hand. I didn't realize I did that. That's cool.
All right, and then we have Doom. So
I'm sorry. I meant to use Madame Lebranche because I used my last buck on Lucky. I'm doing that.
Yes. Yes,
sorry,
whenever Matt's at 0 and Madame Launch is not exhausted, he's going to exhaust her to get $1. That's the whole point. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Great. All right, so I put the Doom up. It's a 3 of 6, and now we'll do some more bad cards. I will get another Pit Viper.
That's okay. We can ditch him here again.
Yep.
And I will draw a Pit Viper also.
Okay.
That's not quite as good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how do we want to do this? I can evade mine with the Sword Cane pretty easily. So we can do the same thing where I help you potentially by throwing you like a question mark from Deny Existence. Here, I know what we do.
Okay.
You're the one who's gonna have a harder time evading, right? Well,
yes.
I guess we're both a 5 against a 3, but Mind uses Mind, and I have a Lucky. Yeah. So let's declare the beginning of your turn, and I'm going to play Premonition.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be a -1.
Skull. So, now, if you go,
and if I just do Sophie, I know it's a -1.
you don't even have to use Sophie. I could pitch my Deny Existence to give you a +1, and you can save your health if you want.
Great.
Right? Because that'll put you at 4.
Yeah.
Versus 3, right?
Yeah, 4v3. Yeah.
Okay, so then let's have you take that test. I'll pitch a Deny Existence for 1 question mark for you, putting you 4 to 3.
Okay.
Evade that.
Evade that. Premonition is great. Now my second action, I will explore, right?
Yeah, I think we gotta go see if we can find.
We gotta go. And so we are at heart right now, which means that we need to find Hourglass, Moon, or T. And we found Moon. Oh wait, Moon, right? Also connected.
Yep, up there.
Sweet. So that's successful exploration. So a top of the encounter deck goes up on there, and we'll read the waterfall. 4 shroud, 2 clue. Reaction: when you investigate waterfall, check your supplies. If an investigator at the waterfall has a rope, reduce waterfall's shroud by 3 for this investigation. Force: after you fail a skill test while investigating waterfall, discard 1 card at random from your hand. Okay.
And I'm putting a new card in here.
Got it.
So here's a potentially greedy play. You have 1 action left, right?
Yep.
So you could either just try to explore. Have we seen if T's even in there? I don't remember if it's in there. I think it is.
The T?
What?
I don't know if it's in there. I don't know if we
so
saw
we
it.
could have you map. Because if you map and you find me a better location to go to, then, well, hold on. The only location that I can go to from here is T, or I can come to you. So either map us a way out for the future, or just hit like the deck, because what I have to leave this spot after I evade my snake, and we have to not ever come back to these 2 spots if we want to avoid these snakes.
Right. Oh, you know what? Oh wait, no, I couldn't have done it. I was about to say, I was like, I could have shortcutted you. No, but I had to explore to get an avenue out.
Right. And shortcutting me there would have meant we left the snake here.
Yeah.
I mean, I could get the last 2 clues here probably this turn, or you could potentially find us a VP, and that's where the greed comes in. Because right now we have a ton of time. This spot doesn't have a VP.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that other ones will, but like this one did. So
yeah. You know what? I'm gonna do the map.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look at the map. So everybody, I have the map. So look at the top 3 cards of the exploration deck. Place 1 on the bottom and the other 2 on top in any order. So hold on. My thing is freezing up. Okay. I'm working again. So I'm going to look at the top 3. I'm going to put this guy at the bottom, most definitely. And then I'm going to put the square. Where's the square?
Wait, actually... Well, this is... Cannot explore at attached location. All it does is prevent exploration from the location.
Yeah.
So ironically, if we like put it in one of these 2 places, nah, screw it. The point is we know they're both in there, so we might be able to like game that later.
Okay.
So put 1 on the bottom, right?
Yep.
Wait. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that and then do that. Okay.
Wait, is that right? I think mine went on the top. Hold on. I think I just put. Okay, no, we did it right.
Okay,
I didn't read what that was. Okay.
And then I'm going to put this second, and then this on top.
Okay. Now let's look at it real fast.
Okay.
So it doesn't have VP. If you fail a skill test, okay. So this spot, there's no reason for me to go for those clues over these clues, say. So that's good information. So I will just go for these clues.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. I am up then.
Yes.
I'm going to attempt to use my sword cane to evade this snake. So I will be a 5 to a 3 right now.
Yes. That is a -1.
I see.
So he is also evaded.
I am going to do one more play that is going to slow us down a little bit, but I think that for both of us can be worth it. Second action move. Third action, I'm going to spend my $2 to play my violin, which is going to do 2 things for us, okay?
Okay.
First, I Madame LeBranche because I have $0 and I gain $1.
Okay.
Second, how are you doing on bucks and cards? You're pretty good, right?
I'm good. Yeah.
Then I'm going to discard Rite of Seeking, activating my violin to gain $1.
Okay.
So, a little slow, but this card is so good.
Yeah.
And I've now gotten $3 off Madame LeBranche too, which is nice. All right. Upkeep, right?
Enemy phase. So these guys will ready. All of them are ready. Then we'll do upkeep.
Oops.
Okay.
Okay. So I do need to. It doesn't discard my cards.
All right. I picked up elusive, which is pretty great. We are
All right,
going to 4 of 6 doom, and now we'll do some bad
noticed that,
cards.
we haven't drawn the card that now that I thought of it, we're gonna draw right now.
Okay.
That's the one.
That's
that
the
was
one.
Exactly
Ancient
the one.
Evils.
Could be worse.
All right. So now we're at 5 of 6. You're up.
Another.
Okay, hold on. How many? Oh yeah, I can't help you with this.
Too bad. The thing is, right now, if I do it, it's going to shuffle the deck.
Right.
We don't know what the last location is that's in there, but we also know we're 2 away from red.
Yep.
It kind of wastes your map. Sorry, I can't ask you about it.
Yeah.
But jeez. Okay, I'm going to lose 2 actions. And then I'll just spend my last action to go for this.
Okay. Yeah, I actually don't know what the right call was there to lose the actions.
The reason why it matters is that if you remember right, we actually add the final location to the deck. And if I go and put another card in there, that could get even harder.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's right, but like right now, Rite of Seeking makes my turn potentially end anyway, so I think that I'm just going to go for this. And I don't have anything in my hand I super need to play. I don't... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, I made an even better choice. When I lose 2 actions, I'm going to play Deny Existence and choose to not lose the 2 actions.
Wait, when an encounter card or enemy attack calls you to do the following: discard cards from hand, lose resources, or lose actions. Okay. You ignore that aspect.
So I'm just gonna do that and instead get all 3 of my actions.
Yeah, I think so. That's rad, dude.
I think it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
All right. So I am going to do something that requires me to go first.
Okay.
If that's okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
I think I'm just checking. Okay, I'm doing this. I'm going to take an evasion test using my sword cane.
Okay, just an empty test here.
I'm going to add 2 willpower icons to the test. I am currently a 7.
A 7 to
something.
Okay.
I fail my test. When I fail my test, out of my hand comes a watcher from another dimension.
Oh, okay. All right. I actually didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah, I understand. So now you guys can finally see how this thing works.
Okay. Wait, so you were 7 to 5, and then that was a -4. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So secretly add this to your hand, Peril Hidden Hunter, 5/2/5. You may fight or evade this enemy while it's in your hand as if it was in your location. If you succeed, discard it from your hand. If you fail, it spawn it engaged with you. I see. If your deck runs out of cards and this enemy's in your hand, it attacks you from your hand for 3. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I kind of messed up doing that first. I probably should not have done that first.
Because now you have to like.
And now I have 2 actions. So I either have to get whacked by it to go for these clues, or, I mean, that's basically what I'm going to have to do, or end my turn.
Yeah.
Do I just take this 3? Because what I'm hoping is that you can handle this enemy for me.
Yeah, I've got the home front and some vicious blow action. I could probably take care of that.
He only has 2 health. He's a child. He's just very high stats.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading it as 5/5/2, not 5/2/5. No. Yeah.
No, 5/2/5 is it's not bad. Okay. You know what? You do have some healing in your hand, which I know you need for yourself. But if you home front this guy with like a basic attack or something, or maybe basically what I'm asking is, should I take 1 hit to either play an Azure Flame or to just scoop this clue?
We could advance the act like immediately.
How's it getting the clue?
What's up?
Yeah. Scooping this clue is a little harder though with these.
It's a 4 shroud, and if you fail, you're gonna have to discard a card.
Okay. So I could just play Azure Flame to get combat online. Yeah. I will get hit for 3, but I can put 1 on Madame Lebranche, 2 on myself, and later be healed.
Yeah, you could.
I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to action to play Azure Flame.
Okay.
Which whacks me for 3.
Right.
Just because I can't be slow.
Yeah. And don't forget to use your Madame Lebranche.
I'm gonna Madame Lebranche to give. Do you need a card or a dollar?
I do not need a card or a dollar. No.
And I'll take a dollar with her.
Yeah.
Okay. Done. The reason why is I could convert a card from her, use via my violin into either for you. So
yeah.
That was it's out of my deck now, and my hand will be smaller. So this is why this is big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm sorry to put this.
Yeah. And hey, what's up, Vulps in chat, and also Holy Marcel, asking if this is an official mod. It's not an official mod on Tabletop Sim. It's not publicly available in the workshop. But yeah, this is I used this to learn this game with Matt, which is great. Join us on Discord. We'll talk about this game. So discord.gg/QuickCamp. There's a Arkham channel in there.
Yeah. Talk to you a little about the mod and stuff too.
All right,
okay.
Cool. So what am I doing here?
You can kill it with just your sword cane, or you can use home front to get a giant pump and then heal yourself back up to full. I don't know what's.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested about using Homefront.
Yeah. Is this the thing to use on? I mean, this is a giant stat, but you could also use this on what's her name later.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Ichitaka.
Yeah. Ichitaka. That's true. That's true. So right now, if I just sort of
use the sword, can you be a 6? You could Sophie to go to be a 8, be up 3. I mean, it is on me, so you could hit me, but like, you could try again if you failed the first time.
I was like, do you want me to engage it first? Because I have 3 actions. I'm not sure what I'm doing with them. So
I think that. So my vote on on your last action to be to move up here, and the reason why it's kind of meta-y, those Aztecs in the trees only spawn if there's an open spot for them to spawn into.
Yeah.
That would block all spots from spawning, plus we know the next thing on top of the deck's a red.
Yep.
So it's kind of metagaming. So I think like 2 actions, if you want to grab it, attack it, move, that's fine.
Yeah, I would rather do that because you're sort of getting beat up right now.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to engage this. Wait, can I engage this?
Yeah, you can engage it. It's
okay, sometimes like these things have like bearer only. But,
yeah,
like,
no.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so this guy, I'm going to engage it. Now I'm going to punch it with this thing. So I can punch it with its empowered ability, right?
Yes, that will give you +2 punch, actually. Right, so you'll be a 7 to a 5, and then you can go to +4 if you use Sophie.
Yeah, I'm going to use Sophie. Take another damage. So I'm a 9 to a 5.
And that beats out all of the bad tokens.
Yep. So boom. That is a minus. Ooh.
No, that's not it.
Minus
you went
4.
to +4. That was the whole point.
So I'm good.
That's what I was saying. Beat out all these tokens.
All right, cool. So this gets discarded. And then with my last action, I am going to move up here.
Cool. All right. So, yeah, sorry to need the babysit, but...
No, dude, that was perfect. That's exactly what I'm here for.
All right. Well, then let's... enemy phase? Nothing.
Nothing?
Upkeep.
All right. Upkeep. Cool. Hallowed Mirror. Sweet. All right, we're going to tick over the Doom, unfortunately. So we're at 6. And Agenda 1B, the Serpent's Attack. After hours of exploration and futile attempts to map out the wilds, you're convinced something is watching your progress, stalking your every move. The shapes of large serpentine creatures slither in the brush all around you. You try to back away, but the creatures have you completely surrounded, hissing at you from all sides. Suddenly, several shapes emerge from the brush, human-sized creatures with the bodies of serpents and arms wielding spears and jagged knives. The creatures are savage, attacking you fiercely. Somehow you manage to flee to safety, though the sensation that you are being watched remains. Although you survive the encounter, you are confronted with a stark reality. This place is home to creatures beyond your understanding. Shuffle the encounter discard pile and the set-aside Agents of Yig encounter set into the encounter deck. Each investigator tests Mind 3. Each investigator who fails performs the following order. If you're poisoned, take 1 damage, 1 horror. If you're not poisoned, you become poisoned.
This is a big one for you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yep. So I'm a mine 3, so it's a 3 to a 3 test. I can toss.
Halimere or Sophie. I mean, you can Sophie it, like, and then do some healing this turn.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna Sophie for 1. So I'm a 5 to a 3. Do I throw the shortcut and go to a 6 to a 3?
So that would beat every token. Well, it wouldn't beat the cultist and the tablets.
Yeah.
You'd have to go up 2 to beat the cultist and the tablets. You could toss both the mirror and the shortcut to beat out all those. How important is it for you to not get poisoned?
I feel like it's pretty important. I hate to lose the mirror though. But I do have other things. I do have another emergency aid and 2-second wins, so it's like I am gonna do it.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm +4. So I'm I'm +4, right?
4, 5, 6, 7. Yep.
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 7 to 3.
Hell yeah.
Minus
Hell
4.
yeah.
I pass, right?
Okay. Yep.
Sweet.
Yep. That's why you did that. That was big.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna do a mine 3 test. You are 5 to 3 naturally right now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna pitch both of these to go up 7. Of course, Prophecy is dead right now. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
not dead. Not as good. I don't believe I could use Premonition because this isn't. Oh, during a fast player window.
Yeah, I never know when the when the player windows are.
I know when a fast window is. I think the fast player window might be on our turns, but I could be remembering that wrong. At this point now, I'm just gonna go for this. I'm up 4 like you were.
Yep. Okay, and you pass.
Okay, so that's actually really, really big.
All right. So we need to shuffle the encounter discard pile and the set aside Agents of Yig encounter set into the encounter deck.
Okay.
While Matt does that, I'm going to read Agenda 2A, Intruders. What was once excitement has turned to dread. This place is far deadlier than you could have imagined. It is as though the jungle itself wants you out. So, action, explore, draw the top card of the exploration deck. If it is a connecting location, put it into play and move to it with a shroud, doom threshold of 9. All right, and this gets reset. So now we do bad cards because that was just the doom ticking over. And we got Voice of the Jungle. Dang.
It's not too bad. We have still plenty of stuff to explore.
Yeah.
So we can just do that. Oh my god. Oh, that sucks so much.
Oh, this sucks so bad.
I'm gonna lose 2 actions.
Okay.
We know that the next spot you can walk to, which turns off your Voices of the Jungle.
Yeah.
This is gonna mess up our deck if I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna get clues for us this turn.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Screw it.
So I guess I mean, if I go first, I'm gonna explore first. If you go first, you're just gonna do the clue. So whichever.
Okay. So how about this? Let me go first.
Okay.
Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play Premonition.
Okay.
And if this gets me the clues, I'm just gonna use it.
Okay.
If it didn't get me the clues, then I would just waste it on something so that you didn't have to get hit.
Gotcha. I see.
Okay. So I am gonna go for the clues. So right now I am a 5, 2, 4. So I have to go up 2.
Yep.
Oh, I actually can't even hit that right now. So because of that, what I'm going to do is use my 1 action to just move up to you. And then you'll know that you have this premonition here to do something else. And we can just get some other clues that are like a little bit easier or not out of the way.
Got it. Okay. All right. So my first action will be explore. We know that it's going to be square.
Before you go,
yep.
Here, I'm going to use my violin. I guess you don't need cards, do you?
No.
Okay, then I'll just give myself a buck. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Using my violin. Sorry.
All right, cool. So yeah, I'm going to explore with my first action. We know that the top card of the deck, because of the map, was the square. So there it is. Path of Thorns goes over here. Oh, and I have to spawn a couple clues on it. All right, Path of Thorns, 3 Shroud, 2 Clue. After you fail a skill test while investigating Path of Thorns, take 1 damage. After you explore while at Path of Thorns, if the exploration was not successful, you take a damage. So it will automatically go here. Matt has put another card up on this thing. So now there's 3 bad things up there.
There is. What's interesting here is like, I know that if I trigger an explore from this spot, I'll fail. Yep. So I could go try to find those overgrowths and just pile them here.
That's true. Okay, so but I know the next token out of the bag is a -3.
True. You could map first, see if you can find the last location, or you can just go for these clues. What do you have in your hand? Do you have any way to get double clue?
No, I don't.
You just heal.
Oh,
heal,
I could
and
just
then
heal.
We can save this premonition for later. Save this premonition for the Mythos phase.
Yeah.
Oh, can you clear Voice of the Jungle with this premonition?
Hold on.
No, you can't. Can you?
No, because I can't like double Sophie.
Right. It's offline for this turn anyway. So.
Well, you know what? I could heal and then double Sophie.
I don't think you can double Sophie. Oh yeah, I guess you could.
You can.
I don't think that's worth getting rid of the Voice of the Jungle right now, because we know that you can set up the deck to keep exploring for yourself, and I can always get rid of it for you later. I would like maybe map to see if you can find the last location, and then. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna map and heal. Is what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
So I'm gonna spend $2. I'm gonna play Emergency Aid, everybody. So choose Investigate at my occasion. Heal 2 damage. Boom, boom.
Excellent.
So now I can pump some more stuff with Sophie, which is the point. And now I'm gonna play Maps by the Yeahs, and we're gonna like look at top 3 cards here. So Overgrowth, we knew that 2 of them were in there. Voice of the Jungle, we didn't know was there, but now we do. And the Trail of the Dead, which is the triangle, has the Victory 1, and it's after you investigate or explore while at Trail of the Dead, check your supplies. If no investigator has binoculars, you take a horror. So.
Oh yeah, we should go get our last 2 clue from there for victory points.
Yep. Totally.
All right. Hear me out. Throw the Voice of the Jungle on the bottom.
Okay.
Throw the Trail of the Dead second, and put Overgrowth on top.
Oh, you're gonna explore from where you are and then burn a Overgrowth.
Yeah, we'll just burn the Overgrowth. Okay. And then that way we know we can come down here. Because you could even that.
Yeah, and then I'll explore. Then I won't have to deal with my Voices of the Jungle or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I get.
Yeah, if I explore, then it opens up for you to come in. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We're getting a little bit tight on time, but let's see how this goes. Okay, so enemy phase. These snakes all sit here like idiots. Yep. It's nice having them all on the board. I think there's 3 if I remember it. Okay. Yeah,
totally.
Upkeep. Let me pitch this.
All right. I got me a doggy. Feel good about that.
So don't forget the first token drawn is going to be a -3.
Yep.
Which
so we're gonna do Doom of one of 9.
Yep.
And here we go. Okay. Bad cards. Curse of Yig. Oh, this is the thing that destroyed me last game. You get -1 punch, -1 health, and gain the serpent trait. So
I think we can clear that for you. I mean, like, this might be able to clear it for you if I don't have to take a test.
Okay.
I got one too, which is not a big deal for me at all.
Okay.
Like, I'm subtracting 1 health.
You should subtract 1 health as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Nice. So the thing is that we know is that we have this here first.
Yep.
Which means I have to go before you. But if I go before you, I won't be able to get clue this turn.
No, but that's okay. So you can clear the Yig, you can explore, and you can move, right?
Yeah, so here, let's do this. Okay. Yeah. I'll go first, right?
Okay, yep.
So action 1, I'm going to explore. I fail. I find Overgrowth, which I put up here. I'm trying to put it up here.
Yep.
You can explore, attach location, hack it if you see it. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter over there.
Action 2, move here.
Yep.
Action 3 will be to use this premonition to clear your Curse of Yig.
Okay.
Because if I draw that token, I'm a base 5.
Yep.
And there's no Vengeance of the Victor display. So, yeah.
Yep,
that goes back
-3. It's perfect, yeah.
Okay. Now, yeah, unfortunately I have a bunch of cards that could help you, but I can't use them for anything. So, why don't you take...
Well, I can investigate here.
I don't think so. I think we just go here. Here, take a card. I'm discarding a card for you to take a card.
So what do you mean, to draw a card?
Yeah, I'm discarding a card. I'm activating Violin, which lets me give an investigator my location a card.
Okay.
Okay.
Every single practice card I own in my deck is now in my hand already. So the Practice Makes Perfect is now going to be thrown away for mind tests. Okay.
So, yeah, if we can get the clue on this next location,
yep,
and then handle the girl fast, we could be in a good spot. So, you
Okay.
know the next location is safe.
All right. So we're going to explore. We know that it's going to be a triangle. So that's my first action. Boom. Successful explore. You're going to put a bad card up top.
And all three of these are bad.
We've read the Trail of the Dead. I have the binoculars, so I can investigate here. So 2 Shroud, 2 Clue. I don't have a way to get multiple Clue, but
I have so much pump for you too. Is what sucks.
yeah.
So
I'm a 2 to a 2, and I can throw Practice Makes Perfect to become a 3 to a 2. I could Sophie.
Oh yeah. Well, I pick up clues in increments of 2 though. So maybe I don't know what else you do. You play. Guard Dog.
I would play Guard Dog is what I would do.
I think that's better because I can almost certainly get that clue next turn.
Okay.
And if not, then you can get it. And maybe you'll draw a thing. So yeah, I like that better.
Okay.
And we'll be in
So
a
I will
really
play Guard
safe
Dog, and I have one more action left, which I'm not going to do anything, I guess.
Well, you can draw a card or get $1.
Oh, let me draw a card.
Okay.
Another Guard Dog. Cool. That's it.
Oh, enemy phase, nothing.
Yep.
I pitch what's actually a really sick hand, unfortunately. I haven't seen my other weakness yet, so that should be... Wait, any second. Oh my gosh. I just double drew. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. And I do get one less dollar, and I did draw a Hypochondria. There it is. Okay.
Cool. So Doom we're at 2 of 9, and then we're going to do some bad cards. And Matt was talking about his weakness. This is, where is it? Right here. Which is when he takes a damage, he takes a direct horror as well. Alright. Bad card. Serpent from Yoth, 3/5/3, victory 1, hits for 1 and 2. Humanoid, monster serpent, while there are 1 or more vengeance points in the victory display. I don't think there's anything.
Very good, boys.
Very good.
So yeah,
He's just a 3/5/3.
Rip in Ancient Evils.
Boom.
Okay, can't do anything about it, unfortunately.
3 of 9. No. So that's 2 Ancient Evils we ripped in this game.
So this turn, let's just clean up the board then. Let's have you get rid of your monster.
Yep.
I'll try to get that clue for us, and then hopefully we can then advance the act like next turn.
Okay.
And we'll have a pretty good amount of time. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Then let me go first, so that way I can pitch cards to you on your turn potentially.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay. So, action 1. Move here.
Yep.
I don't have anything else I need to worry about. Action 2. I'm going to Rite of Seeking last. I'm going to attempt to clear my Curse of Yig.
Okay.
I will do that by pitching read the signs. It's not a super big deal, so I'm just going to attempt to read the signs.
So you are a 6 to a 2.
6 to a 2.
That's one.
Gone. Last action, I will go for the clue on this location. Well, I mean, is there a reason? How many tests are you going to take in your turn? You're going to take at least 2, right?
Yeah, I'm going to take at least 2, yeah.
Okay, so let's do... So I guess Prophecy for me is worth... How many icons? It's worth 2, so that would put me at 5, 6, 7 to 2. I'm up 5, right?
Yeah.
Because 5 beat everything 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't beat the... what's it called?
Cultist. Yeah.
The Cultist. You have like 1 mind in your hand that you don't care about terribly? Yeah, practice.
Yeah, practice make perfect. You want that?
Okay, yeah, just in
go.
case. Just because I really need to get this. Okay, so
Okay.
I succeed. I rip both clue. 1,
Nice.
2, which gives us a VP.
Nice.
Pop. Then
Now we have 6 clues.
I am going to fast action to give you either a buck or a card, your choice. I don't know how scared you are of your weaknesses. Shell shock right now is not terrible. It's just 1
No,
damage.
it's not. So I'm gonna get a card.
Okay.
Shell shock. For every 2 damage on you take a horror, it whiffs.
Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, good. That was great. And
Yeah.
now I have a giant last chance for you.
Sweet.
So yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So how's the best way I can do this? If I empower my blade with a vicious blow, that does 3 damage, and then I can empower my blade again and do another 2.
Did you give yourself the health back after I cleared the Curse of Yig?
What's up?
Did you give yourself a health back after we cleared Curse of Yig?
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry,
didn't.
go ahead.
Okay, cool.
I have 1 +5, but that I can only pitch to a test by itself. So you get 1 +5 from me.
Okay, cool. So let me do. So I will swing at it first with my empowered enchanted blade with a vicious blow. So I'm +3. So I'm an 8 to a 3.
Okay. So you're up 5 right now, which you could.
There's everything
throw...
but the cultist, right?
Yeah. You feel good about that? I mean,
How many cultists
it's
are in the
just
bag?
1 token. 2. There's 2 tokens. So it's those plus the tentacle. There's 3 fails.
Okay. I think I feel okay about this.
Okay.
8 to a 3.
That's fine.
That is a -3. No big deal. So I do 3 damage on this guy.
He takes
Yep.
3 damage. Nice.
Yeah, because the enchanted blade empowered gets +1, and then this is another +1.
So you could.
So I could
Homefront.
I can empower the blade, but then I have no charges left,
Well,
or I
you
can
could-
just hit it twice.
Well, you could just home front with your fist, right? Okay. Well, I mean, I'm giving you a 5 to something, no matter what. I'm losing it anyway. So, however you want to use it, you're getting +5 to a test. So you can use your last enchanted blade charge if you feel like you want to save home front for later, which could be good.
You know what? I just don't like that I don't have another weapon that I can replace enchanted blade with yet.
Okay. Yeah, because at the very least. So then just throw. Then why don't you just do? No, you can't put vicious blow. In
Last
with
chance
last
has to be by
chance.
itself. Yeah.
I think maybe you do just do the enchanted blade, bro, because you still have some combat online, and we can
That's
dig you
true.
cards.
That's
I can
true.
use my
That's true.
violin to
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna use it.
just
So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 12 to whatever. Yeah. 0. Cool. Yeah, he's there.
hey, big.
He's victory
And
1.
he goes the victor this one.
This guy was
yeah.
huge. Boom. Done.
This is going a lot better than last time, but we also haven't advanced very far.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was
So
2
we have 2
actions. I have 1 action left.
So
And my voice of the jungle is going to hurt
could-
me, so...
we could flip the act. It would mean that she comes out and you immediately get hit by her. But then you could attack her once. Or we just set up to go for her next turn.
Oh, you know what is great? If she attacks me, I can put someone on guard a dog. And then I can
Right.
also home front her,
That's
too.
what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Exactly.
let's do this.
So-
Let's I have 1 action
Let's-
left. Let's get her out.
Getting all our clues out. And we're flipping
Okay.
the act.
Oh my god, it's so much different when you have information. It's so crazy.
It's a different game. It's a very different
Act 1B, the natives. As you explore the dense jungle, you are suddenly confronted by several natives. At first glance, they appear to be warriors of an Aztec city-state, perhaps even the one you seek, but how could they have survived undiscovered this long? Even with Alejandro's notes, you are barely able to translate what the warriors say, only that they call you intruder and implore you to leave the jungle at once. You try to explain that you are searching for the Etzli, which causes them to murmur and debate among themselves. Finally, one of them speaks to you in a rudimentary Spanish. Ichtaka will know what to do with you, intruder. He blows on a decorated clay ocarina, producing a shrill note that echoes through the jungle. The warriors depart as suddenly as they arrive. Put the set-aside Ichtaka enemy into play in the lead investigator location. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. New act, Act 2A, Huntress of the Etzli. I don't trust them, Alejandro says as soon as the natives are out of earshot. They mean to kill us, not aid us. If you think this Ichitaka is going to help us find the ruins, be my guest, but I refuse to follow where she leads. You can feel the discomfort and confusion in Alejandro's voice. You can attempt to speak with Ichitaka, or you can take Alejandro's advice and fight your way to the ruins you seek. Objective: if Ichitaka is defeated, advance, or if there are 2 clues on Ichitaka, place her in the victory display and advance. Ichitaka is now in my threat area. 5/4/4 humanoid Etzli elite with victory 1, hits for 2 damage. Alert, retaliate, action, parlay, test book 4 to convince Ichitaka that you are not our enemy. If you succeed, place 1 clue from the token bank on her. If you fail and Ichitaka is ready, she attacks you. So, basically, we either parlay twice or we beat her face.
I assume we're going to beat her face. So you could like last action, home front, and vicious blow, base attack her, and if it lands, you'll do 3 to her.
Yeah.
And then your dog will kill her.
Pretty much.
That would be sick.
This is what we trained for. This is it. So
this is what we trained
here we
for.
go. So I'm going to bare knuckle box Ichitaka with a plus 5 and an extra damage.
So you're 10. You're plus 5 right now. So you do you want to throw like another fist in there just to bypass the -6? Are you feeling it?
No, man, I'm doing another fist, dude. So okay, I'm plus.
Okay. I think it's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 11 to 5. Yeah.
Okay.
-1. Okay. So I do the 2 damage because of the vicious blow, and then the home front lets me move 1 damage from me to you. So that's how that works, everybody.
Nice. I think you can actually use Vicious Blow to move damage off of Guard Dog now, too. Because you, I think, counts as anything in your party.
Oh, really?
Just like if you
from
take damage.
Mark
like, yeah,
Harrigan. I guess Guard Dog is a...
Oh, no, it says... I'm sorry. His says from Mark Harrigan, right. If it said from you, you could have... Okay, nice. All right, well then we go to enemy phase.
So I'm gonna get hit by Ichitaka for 2. Guard Dog's gonna take 2 and then do 1 damage back. Dude, my dog bit her to death. It's great.
That rules. You do take 1 horror.
I did take 1 horror, yeah.
Don't forget. Which I don't know if you want to put it on Guard Dog or not, but.
No, if I did it on Guard Dog, then it wouldn't have survived for the enemy phase.
You are right.
I needed to take it myself. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So yeah, advance the act then, right?
Advance the act. All right, Act 2B, Ichitaka's response. If you defeated Ichitaka, fools, Ichitaka shouts at you with a pained voice. You do not understand the forces you are meddling with. If you truly wish to die, you will find the temple over the river to the south. Remember that you fought Ichitaka. Choose an investigator to take control of the set-aside Alejandro Vela asset. Add a tablet to the bag for the remainder of the campaign. And then shuffle the 3 set-aside ruins locations into the exploration deck and advance to Act 3A, the guarded ruins. No.
We write this down over here just to make sure. Tablet.
Yeah.
Added mid and 1. Okay, and I put it in there. It should be 21. Okay.
And you're going to take Alejandro Vela. Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking Alejandro. Okay, right. So I'll lose Grandmama, which is fine. Or wait, he has the ally icon,
yeah,
right?
Ally. He's an ally wayfarer. Yep.
And then I'm taking. It says all 3 ruins. Put in there.
Yeah. Shuffle the 3 set-aside ruins. Shuffle them in. Yep.
They are in there now. All right.
All right. Cool. And now we are on Act 3A with a 4 clue threshold, the guarded ruins. Ichitaka swiftly retreats, and Alejandro places a hand on your shoulder. Thank you for taking my advice, he says, relieved. Now that she's gone, I'll take point from now on. I know that the river she speaks of. Come follow me. Each Etzli Guardian enemy gets +1 fight and +1 evade. Each arrows from the tree's treachery gains surge. Only investigators at the ruins of Etzli can spend the 4 clues as a group to advance. So we need 4 clues, and to be at the ruins, we have 6 cards in here, which are 3 bad, 3 good.
Okay, gotcha.
And
All
so
right,
that was
well
the
then,
end of my. No, no, that was during enemy phase.
It's an enemy phase. So now we upkeep.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I got a hiding spot. Interesting. We are 4 of 9, and we got some bad cards.
It's the turn I need to rip a star real bad.
Okay. I think we're okay right now. I'm going to lose 2 actions.
Okay.
All right, you're up.
Seems all right. Seems right. Spawn any empty location ancient if possible. Don't think anything out is ancient. I'm going to throw it here.
Yeah, that's good.
Because these are the ones that shoot all the locations around them. And I think it said it got +1/+1 from her. Is that what it was?
Yeah, they get +1 fight, +1 evade. They don't have hunter, right? They just stay there. Is there any reason why we wouldn't put it in the expedition camp?
It's on there. So we need to go back there for some reason. Plus, if I put it here, it covers all of these spots.
Yeah. We might.
And right now, we don't need to go anywhere over here. So that's kind of my thought. I don't know if it's right, but it feels more right to me.
No, I think you're right.
I mean, unless you feel like we need to go down here, but these all have snakes. So right now we're shooting 2 spots with snakes we don't want to go back to anyway. So, okay. So then, it's arrows in the trees.
Arrows in the trees get
the guardians get +1/+1. Cool. So then we are good to go. So you have
I
only
have one
action,
and I'd like to use it to take a test to get rid of Voice of the Jungle.
No. You go and map. I'll clear.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll map, dude. So let's look at the top 3 with my one action.
I don't have good gather in my hand anymore, so I'm gonna have to find.
So we got Overgrown Ruins. We have the Temple of the Fang, and with the Guardian. The Guardian's gonna go at the bottom, and then we have to decide what order do we want this in.
Can we go to either of these?
It is a T and a squiggle. We can go to the squiggle.
We can get to the squiggle from here. Yeah, and so worst case scenario, it's extra VP if we want to. And it's actually really, really easy right now because we haven't put any vengeance in there. So yeah, let's put that on top.
Temple of the Fang on top. Squiggle. That was my turn.
So then I will go. Action 1, I'm base 5. Let's go 6, 7.
Okay.
That's +4. I'm just gonna try it +4 because I can try again if I have to.
That's the bad one, yeah.
Okay. Let me try a second action. This time I'll pitch all this.
Okay. So it's an 8 to a 3 +5.
That's real fast. I need to decide if I want to cycle my deck right now.
Oh.
Or next turn.
How do you
Okay, I'm gonna cycle my deck right now. I'm going to activate Patrice's Violin to discard a card from my hand to draw a card.
Yep.
When my deck attempts to draw, I'm gonna actually pitch Sword Cane. Okay, so then now my deck gets shuffled. And I take a horror.
That's what it is. Okay.
So then now I'm going to pitch to your test. I get +3, so I'm a 5. I'm
8
an 8
to a
against it, so I'm up 5.
Yeah, 8 to a 3.
I can't go any higher than that, so we're going for it.
Okay, cool. Okay. Thank you.
Your thing's gone. And now last action, because I know it's safe.
Yeah.
I explore. When I do, I add another card off top of the encounter deck. So now we know that there's 2 locations and 6 bad.
And I'll read it just for Temple of the Fang, 2 Shroud, 2 Clue, Victory 2. Temple of the Fang gets +1 Shroud for each Vengeance point the victory display, which is 0 right now. Rising just over the tree canopy is a time-worn step pyramid of pale stone. A storm of hisses surrounds you from the trees. All right, and that's it.
Cool. So we are then on to enemy phase. Nothing. This guy AoEs, nothing. Okay, cool. So now I can put my improvised weapon into the discard pile.
We're gonna upkeep.
Keep.
We are at 5 of 9.
Okay. Yeah, so unfortunately, I'm not finding my good clue gather cards. I'm assuming you. Oh, wait, you do have an interrogate.
I did pick up an interrogate, which I can.
Let's see what enemies show up. Yeah. I mean, I can just do vanilla tests here if I have to. So.
We got Creeping Poison. Each investigator who is poisoned takes a damage, so neither of us, but it surges.
Okay.
Same thing, and it surges into a Brood of Yig. 2/3/2 Hunter. Brood of Yig gets +1 fight for each vengeance point in this play, which is nothing. So it's just a vanilla 2/3/2 that hits for 1 and 1.
Okay. Okay. I rip a snack bite.
Snack.
This isn't great. Especially not great because I really was hoping to pump other ways, but I really don't want to get bit. So I'm gonna go to 3.
You are 5 to a 3.
And I don't have anything else. I'm just gonna have to accept. Well, here, I'm gonna exhaust this first draw card, discard and draw. Wait, yeah, I'm in that player window, so I'm gonna discard that. Make sure it's doing this right to draw a card. Nope. Okay. But that's actually really good for the test. Well, I'm just gonna be up 2. I might end up getting bit here, which sucks. All right. Yes.
Oh my god, yes. That was it.
That was it. Was that +3?
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Sick. Okay. Okay, cool. That was really big. All right. So, is there any reason? Yeah, if I go first, I can come bring you last chance.
Yes, that's true.
So let me go first then, if that's okay. I'm going to do action 1. I'm going to read the signs on this location here. It's going to cost me 2 buckies.
So you are a 7 to a 2? Yeah.
7 to 2. Okay, so 7 to a 2. I will be an 8 to a 2.
So you're up 6. -1. You're gonna rip 2 clues.
Rip 2 clues, which is 2 VP.
Nice. Oh my god, this is so much better. Okay.
Action number 2. Oops, try to put this in my discard. Is move. Action number 3. I can either try to hurt this thing on you, which, I mean, I could do with Improvised Weapon. I could give myself a pump to hit it, or I can just save this for you.
I mean, yeah, you can give, because what else are you going to do on your turn? You might as well just use it, right?
Yeah. So that way you only have to do 1 action. You can map twice.
Exactly.
Okay. Then I'm going to pay 1 for Improvised Weapon.
Okay.
And shuffle it into my deck. So the enemy gets -1 fight, so he will be a 1.
Yep.
And then I'll last chance myself, so I'll be a 7
to a 1.
1. I'm up 6. And then this will get shuffled in a second.
Oh my god, baby.
Star. Oh, it's one turn too late.
Damn.
Unfortunately. So what do I want to leave out? Well, this is getting shuffled in right now, no matter what. So that happens. Then I pick 1 card to leave in here. What do I need the least? I think the thing I need the least is the Voice of Ra.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. I mean, they're all solid, but I want the Missive Relay just in case something bad comes up. Oh no, I don't need sign magic.
Yeah, no, get rid of the sign magic. Yeah.
The important thing is I hit that guy for 2 because Improvised Weapon does +1 damage. Played from your discard pile. So the guy on you takes 2.
Love it.
Your go.
Okay.
Oh, you can.
I can
now
walk him
to
and
death
just
or map him to death.
Wait, what was that?
Read your map, which will trigger an attack on your dog.
Oh, because it's an active opportunity. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, let's see. So I'm gonna read my map. That's gonna trigger an active opportunity. He's gonna hit me for 1 and 1, which both go on my guard dog, and my guard dog is gonna kill him. Perfect. Sweet. All right, and now I'm gonna read the map here. Gonna look at the top 3. Overgrowth. Overgrowth, Ruins, and Etsley Garden. So good thing the Guardian's going to go at the bottom, maybe? No.
So if I remember, no, Etsley Garden we can just throw up here. Oh no, he'll go to an ancient location, which would be here, which is not bad, because we can leave, because we know the last location's here, if I remember right?
So do you want me to put the? Where is the T?
We need to not get blocked by Overgrowth. So I think put
Overgrowth at the bottom, maybe.
Put the Overgrowth on the bottom.
Yeah.
Right. Because hitting the Etsley Guardian isn't
a big deal. Yeah.
And then put it on top of the Overgrown Ruins, because if we pull him out, then I think that means that the top 3 cards, one of them has to be it.
Right.
Which means then you can find it, put it on top.
Okay, so the Etsley Guardian is at the top.
Oh, right. So yeah, if you're gonna map twice now, so maybe it's better to just map again.
I think I'm gonna map again. I'm gonna put the Guardian in the bottom, and then
Yeah.
So second action I'm gonna map again. We're gonna see these two that we already knew, plus this one.
Voice of the Jungle, I think, is worse than Etsley
So that's
Guardian.
definitely gonna go in the bottom. So now it's Voice of the Jungle and then Overgrowth at the very bottom.
I think that means this has to be the place we're looking for.
Right. Which means I'll put the Etsley Guardian at the top. Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you want, then
I could do an explore here.
You could also just last action map and put the Etsley Guardian on the bottom, and it should be it on top, right? Doesn't it have to be now?
Let's do. Wait. So what are we looking for? We're looking for this timetable thing, right?
Yeah, that's we're looking for the literal only thing we haven't seen, which is
which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to map for the third time.
Yes, there was one more in there than we thought. Put the Guardian on the bottom?
No, the Guardian we can put anywhere. It doesn't matter, right?
We have to put it on an ancient location, if possible, which would put it here, but that's okay.
So I think I'm going to put Best Laid Plans at the bottom.
Okay.
So it's this card right here. Like, it's got to be that card. Yeah. There's nothing else. I mapped 3 times.
I'm checking to make sure I didn't screw up. Okay, yeah, we're good. I'm just making sure I didn't mess something up, because literally, it did have to be. Okay. So the
Guardian's on top.
I mean, you can also just map first next turn, and we can just walk there. There's that too. All right, so
enemy phase, nothing.
Enemy phase, shoots, nothing. Okay.
Yep.
Upkeep.
Okay. 6 of 9 on the Doom. And a bad card, a Snack Bite. I am a 3 to a 3 on this snack.
I can pitch you a Missive Relay to at least give you 1. That's the best I can offer you, unfortunately.
Yeah, hold on. So I'm a 4 to a 3. I'm gonna Sophie.
I could use my Violin to give you 1 more card too. You want 1 more card right now?
I'm trying to think what I have. Yeah, I could pull a shortcut or something. You know what? Hold on. I have this hiding spot, dude. I can pitch this hiding spot. There's 3, 4, 5. You gave me 1. That's 6. That's a 6 to a 3.
Sophie is an 8 to a 3. Sophie would be an 8 to a 3.
Yeah. Sophie, that's an 8 to a 3 and plus 5.
There's 7 locations out now, so yeah. Basically, you can't beat the cultist.
So yeah, it's just the 2 cultists in the tentacle I can't beat, right?
Right.
So what am I up?
I think that's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, you're up 5.
Yeah, I'm up 5. I think that's what I gotta do. All right.
Nice. That's huge. Okay. Symmetries. So I take 1 plus 1 more for each ally asset I control. So I'm going to take 1 on Alejandro. Oh wait, how does Hypochondria read? If you take 1 or more damage, take a direct horror. Okay, so I'm going to take 1 there, then I'm going to take 1 on me and 1 direct horror.
I forgot that you still have Hypochondria. And that has
This is the first thing that's happened. Now this surges. Right. Oh boy.
Right? Or no?
Okay.
Yeah, each arrows from the trees gain surge. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Okay, so I have to take 2 again.
Oh, did you get 2? Oh, you got 2.
I'm gonna take. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take 1 horror for sure. 2 on myself. And that surges.
Oh my god, dude. 8 of 9.
That's really, really
7
bad.
of 9.
7 or 9. We have to go get in our next turn and like do this. I mean, well, this turn, yeah, we have to finish in the next 2 turns. So that's what it is.
Dude.
Okay.
That's 3 ancient evils.
So I have a Rite of Seeking. So if you can go
I can map, explore, and then you can follow and Rite of Seeking.
Yeah. We need to do that. We need you to map because that's going to save actions overall.
All right. So first turn, I'm going to map. There it is. The Ruins of Etzli.
Existence on 2 of those damage. I'm sorry. I'm denying existence on 2 of those damage.
Wait, everybody, I wanted to just show what he's doing. He's playing this card, which lets him not take the damage.
Yeah, the second tree shot when I took 2.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. We found it. The Ruins of Etzli. So I'm going to put the Guardian at the bottom. I'm going to put...
Oh, here. Let me show you something. You know what? I'm going to show you something right now because we know this deck doesn't... Here. This is something that everybody who's watching uses on tabletop stuff. Somebody taught me this. If you want to put 1 card on the bottom of the deck, you left click and right click.
Oh, you know what? I knew there was a trick. I just completely forgot what it was. You've taught me this before. Yes. Okay.
Okay. I thought I remember telling you.
Yeah. I just couldn't remember what it was. Okay. So Ruins of Etzli is now on top of the deck. Okay. And if I didn't stack that right, that's what I want. That's what I'm intending.
Yes.
All right. Now I'm going to explore. Okay. Oh, wow. What am I going to explore? I'm going to explore into the Ruins of Etzli. Great. So 3 Shroud, Victory 2, 4 Clue. After you fail a skill test while investigating Ruins of Etzli, draw the top card of the encounter deck. Serpent statues carved from limestone surround the central temple, glaring at you ominously from afar. I automatically move there, and I have 1 action left here.
Hold on. Before you take your action, I can premonition, and then I can either premonition so you know if you can get 1 clue, or I can use it for my Rite of Seeking. The reason that this is so crucial is we have a chance to be somewhat greedy. If we only need 2 of these clues to win, but then we won't get the 2 BP. But because we know Ancient Evils are in the deck, I think there's only 1 more, but it's risky. Now, I haven't seen my Wards of Protection yet, so I might draw 1. So the reason I'm asking you all this is, I guess even with being greedy, it's probably best for me to use it on myself.
I think it's best
right?
for you to use on you.
Okay. But what if I end up just premonitioning into a token I can't pass anyway?
That's true.
Maybe I just premonition, and then this way you don't have to use this. I'm premonitioning on your turn. It's a 0.
Okay, and now we just have to choose. It's like I could pitch and interrogate and then investigate and know that I'll take a clue.
What if you just dug for like a clue gather card, like your other what's it called?
Scene of the crime.
Scene of the crime. Yeah.
My last action, just dig for a card.
Yeah, because if we're gonna be greedy, then that'll end up happening. We're going through 1 Mythos phase anyway, right? Which means I'm just gonna have to land 2 Rite of Seekings. 1 we know I can land if we save this.
Okay, you're right. I'm gonna draw a card.
Okay.
Prepare for the worst.
Okay. And then you have
that's it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Okay. So then I move. I pay $4 to play Rite of Seeking. I guess I technically need to put this in my discard. Last action, I Rite of Seeking, which will make this happen, which draws us 2 clues. So, are we greeting it? The only way that we lose, that I can see, is if we get
Ancient Evils.
an Ancient Evils. that I don't draw. However, wait, let's check. There's 11 cards left in there. There aren't any other ancient evils. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm going to leave this one up to you, man. Do we greed for 2 clues, or do we take the win? Or for 2 XP?
How many XP do we have right now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I say no greed, dude. I say we win. I say we win. We have, like, I know we're leaving 2 XP on the table, but it's like this is where we could shoot ourselves in the foot. Yeah.
Right.
Like, we have this in the bag.
You guys in chat? I haven't been able to have chat. What are people saying? Are they pro or against?
Wait, how are we gonna win right now? We still need 2 more clues.
No, we don't. We need 4 clues total. Sorry, I'm supposed to have 4 clues. I got 2 from here and 2 from here.
Oh, you did get 2 from there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So we have the 4 clue we need to win. Okay. If you are saying that we take the win and leave the 2 XP on the table, it's basically it's a 10% chance. It's slightly less than 10% chance of us drawing it, unless there's something else surged in there. There's also a chance it's in this deck, right?
Well, how many? Wait, hold on. Yeah. Hold on.
Oh wait, we needed to add another card to this deck actually.
Right.
Because
so there's 6 cards there. We know that there's an Etsley Guardian, there is a Voices of a Jungle, there's an Overgrowth, and there is something else.
I can't remember
in there.
So we know one location, right? So basically, it has to be either the one. We've seen everything in there. I can't remember what they are. We've seen everything but the new card I just added. So basically, it's a 20% chance. It's a 2 in 10 chance of us drawing it, and then if I'm the one who draws it, I can count.
Right, but if I'm the one that
I'm fine. I'm fine not doing the greed.
No, I can't do it, dude. I can't in good conscience do the greed. I gotta take the win.
Okay. So here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna turn in. We're locking in, turning in. However, we're checking to see if it was the right move. So we're gonna. So just so you guys know, no matter what happens now, we're taking the win now. We're leaving 2 XP, but we're gonna play out the end of the turn to see how it would look. Unless you don't want to, Lau.
No, I am curious. I am curious. But everybody, I just want to let you know that at this point we are doing Act 3. We are now that it has locked in, we're just curious about what this next turn would look like. Yeah. All right. So so we're gonna follow through. This is of the hypothetical next turn, which is enemy phase, nothing, right? Matt, hello? Matt.
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Sorry. You froze for a second.
Okay. So, all right, we're locking in.
Yep.
But, so we would go through the enemy phase. This guy would litter the trees with arrows.
Yep.
These snakes would do nothing.
Yep.
I would discard my hand.
I would do upkeep. Okay.
I did draw a Ward of Protection.
Okay.
To make things a little more spicy.
All right. Doom would go up to 8, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
And then I would pick a Brood of Yig.
Get a snake, man. I would get a Curse of Yig. So we would have gotten two. Well, I mean, there's always a chance we could have failed this.
Yes.
Okay.
But chances were high. And that was my fault. And I will take that. No.
I think, for the record, I think it was the right move.
Okay.
I do think it was the right move.
Okay. So so we spent the clues. We're going to flip this over and look at it. Discovery of a lifetime. What you have found is beyond your wildest expectations. Despite your supposed age, the ruins appear preserved in time. Several aspects of the architecture are strangely futuristic. You set out to investigate it once. Resolution 2. All right. Let's go to Resolution 2 here. Where is it? That's Resolution 1. Resolution 2. Thursday, July 2nd, 1925. Somehow, after much toil and many hours' exploration, we found the ruins that Alejandro sought, though we scarcely could have been ready for what we encountered in the wilds of the jungle. The rainforest was guarded by unfathomable horrors. Serpentine creatures driven by anger and hate. They hunted us relentlessly, wielding primitive weaponry and communicating in sharp hisses. perhaps just as deadly, were the human natives of the rainforest. They appeared to be Aztec warriors as far as dress and speech were concerned. Despite the conquering of the Aztec people hundreds of years ago, these warriors somehow survived. How they managed to remain undiscovered this long is beyond us. I thought Alejandro would be excited to learn more about them, but he shared our alarm. We managed to fend off and interrogate their leader, a warrior named Ichitaka. Before she fled, she warned us not to go near the ruins. Unfortunately for her, we refused to go home empty-handed. With Alejandro leading the way, we've cleared a route to what he believes is the main temple of the ruins. There is little time to rest. The serpent creatures seem intent on stopping us, so we cannot tarry any longer than necessary. Soon we will enter the ruins to see what secrets they hide. In your campaign log, record that the investigators cleared a path to the Etzli ruins. So cleared a path to the Etzli ruins. Record in your campaign log that Alejandro followed the investigators into the ruins. Any one investigator may choose to add Alejandro Vela to his deck. This card does not count towards the investigator's deck size. I believe, Matt, you're going to take, because you're doing most of the investigation.
I'm fine with you taking him too if you feel like you can use him, because you can also investigate using Sophie abilities. So I'll put him in my deck for now, but we can change our mind on that.
Okay, yeah, keep him out. Let's look at him in a second. Okay. Record in your campaign log that Ichitaka is wary of the investigators. And for each vengeance point in the victory display, record 1 tally mark under Yig's Fury, which is 0.
Good snake, boys.
Yep. And then each investigator earns XP equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display, which I believe is 5. We're going to do a double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, 6.
6.
Okay. So you did make the right choice. Go open up the deck here for me, and you see some interesting things that I just noticed.
Wait, what did me to do? Oh,
just search the deck.
Oh, okay.
Top card was something that we forgot about all mission. And hey,
the boa, dude.
Second, there was actually 2 Ancient Evils in there. I forgot it's not 2, it's 3.
Oh
so
my god!
I definitely approve of your choice, even though we still would have gotten that XP. I feel super good about you making that choice now.
Okay, great.
Because that 2 cards before you left, I think that was absolutely the right call.
Awesome.
No boa constrictor though, huh? Made a little bit of a difference.
It made all the difference in the world. Again, guys, the last time we played this mission, it was the very first card off the encounter deck. Was the boa constrictor.
Yep.
And I didn't have a weapon at the time, so rough.
So this Alejandro, just so you know, he gives you +1 skill while investigating an ancient location. The thing is that his secondary ability is far better for you than it is for me.
Oh, yeah. You know what? He's more soak. He's more soak too, which I can use to draw cards with.
Yep.
You know what? I will.
Oh yeah. You never drew a card all game from your ability, did you?
No.
Not once.
Not once.
Not a single time.
Not a single time. Even when the guard dog was taking stuff, even when I was Sophieing myself, I forgot. There was a person that commented on that the first time we played as well. He was just like, he's like, hey, by the way, you're forgetting your ability the entire time. I was like, okay.
That would have been that free VP. There's that 2 VP.
Yep.
Somehow. Don't know how.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what? I will take Alejandro this time.
Okay. I think it's probably for the best, because me drawing 2 cards is lackluster compared to you.
Yeah, because you just dump your hand anyway. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, there's more turns where you have like dead actions because there's not a good thing to fight.
Yep.
So yeah, I think. All right. So I put them in your deck.
Okay. Cool.
Done. I get 2 extra XP for upgrading spells. Still think it's the wrong move, Slimpy, but that's what I'm doing. We should do interlude though before we wrap up for tonight, because
yeah.
it's obnoxious and a pain in the butt. So let's do interlude 1, Restless Nights.
Okay. So we each have 6 XP. Great. Oh yeah, that's right. These stupid things. Check your supplies. Each investigator with a blanket reads Restful Sleep. I think Matt has the blanket, right? So yeah, Matt will get a Restful Sleep. So mercifully, I was able to sleep through each night. However, while my body rested, my mind was plagued by nightmares. A cavern like a gaping maw, bathed in dim red light, the walls slithering with the glimmering scales of 100 vipers. They might have been better had I not slept at all. You suffer no ill effects. I was tossing and turning, however. Those nights in the jungle, I barely slept. A strange fog rolled through the camp each night, plunging the area in an intense and particular cold. My bedroll offered some protection against the elements, but we hadn't been prepared for this unnatural weather. Flies and mosquitoes buzzed in my ears every time I began to drift off. Even when I finally slept, I would soon be startled awake by the crawling of an insect or lizard across my face. I'll wager I'll get very little sleep on this journey. You suffer one physical or mental trauma of my choice. I will choose a physical trauma. Check your supplies. The investigators as a group must cross off 1 provisions per investigator from their supplies. For each provision they cannot cross off, choose an investigator to read low on rations. Matt, you have provisions. What are you doing with them?
That's a good question. Which one of us is hurt more by not having money?
I think we're kind of both.
We are, but here's, I think it needs to be me, and here's why. If my opening hand has something that I need to play, I lose that hand.
Yeah.
You don't. So normally I would give it to the blue player, like almost always.
Yeah.
But I think I might need to take their actions.
I think you might need to too, because especially how we started this game, you were able to get online so quickly, and it really helped.
I want you to know, like, I'm totally understand why us giving it to you could be really important too, but I think that I might need them, especially because I can't play like Rite of Seeking turn 1 if I draw it. Yeah, and that's the big one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So low on rations. We thought we brought enough food and water for everybody, but the journey had taken its toll on our own supplies. When the sun rose and it came time to eat, we discovered we're already running out of provisions. So I will begin the next scenario with 3 fewer resources, so I'll start with $2. But Matt ate some provisions, so he'll be completely fine on resources. The next one is the lead investigator must choose one investigator to be the group's lookout. Then that investigator checks his or her supplies. If he has the binoculars, he or she reads shapes in the trees. Otherwise, he reads eyes in the dark. So I have the binoculars. I will be on the lookout. I will read shapes in the trees. Most of the nights passed without incident, but on this night I was startled by the rustling of the tree branches along the southern border of our camp's clearing. Despite the darkness, I was able to use my binoculars to see shapes moving in the trees. These shapes appeared human, but why? Why do they only watch us from afar? What is their purpose? So I earn an additional 2 XP as I gain further insight into the motivations of the Etzli. So I will have 8 XP. Check your supplies. Each investigator with medicine may cross it off their supplies to choose and remove a poison weakness from any investigator's deck. Each investigator who still has a poison weakness in her deck reads the poison spreads. We both are not poisoned, so we don't even read that at all. So
much better.
So good. So overall, I took a physical trauma and got 2 XP. That's it. Right?
Yeah. And
you just and your mental trauma was only from arcane research. Like, you didn't take any further trauma.
Yep. Us not getting poisoned and us still banking like the medicine you have is fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I can't even believe how much better that went. Which I definitely think had to do with some of our deck upgrades. I also think it massively had to do with the boa constrictor.
I think a lot of it had to do with the boa constrictor.
Yeah, the boa constrictor like coming up immediately is huge, because then if you have to kill it right away, then all of a sudden the skulls get worse. Yeah. And other things, I think there's something else that like gets worse with vengeance. The Temple of the Fang gets worse. Like, there's so many things that if you get boa constrictor turn 1, it's just awful.
Oh my god.
That is great.
I cannot believe it really is night and day.
And what did we get last time? 0 XP, and then I got 2 from binoculars.
Yeah, I got 0, and you got 2 trauma, I think. Or maybe did I get? Or did we each get 2? No, we each got 2, and then you got 4.
Okay.
And I banked 1 and used 1 to get Ace of Swords. And then you were able to do double cornered, which was great.
Yes. Speaking of which, that's definitely happening again. All right, guys, that's how you have the first mission work out better. And I will stand by the fact that the longer it takes the boa constrictor to come out, the better it is for everyone.
Yeah.
Because like the only big enemy in the deck is this guy who goes in the victory display.
Yep.
And then Ichitaka who goes in the victory display. Yep. Everything else is small, and unless you get like this guy a bunch of vengeance in the victory display too. Yeah. So
I mean, there's a lot of things that went really well for us. You know, the fact that I was able to evade pit vipers myself as well. I mean, last time it was happening, Matt basically had to brute force evade everything
Yeah.
on the map.
Yeah.
You know, and that's because we were separated. So this time around, we stuck to like we were in the same location. Matt was able to pitch cards for me, which was huge, huge for me to pass some of these evasion tests. So, yeah. But dang, I could have drawn like so many cards. I know I can only do like once per round, but you know, getting hit from the enemy phase and
like
getting hit on the investigator phase, I could have been drawing so many cards from Mark.
Yeah, you definitely would have had a bunch more cards.
Yeah.
Which I mean, might have meant you drew into your weakness. I don't remember what your weakness is.
My weakness is a silver twilight dude. But yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's not bad. That actually.
Oh no, this is like look at all this sweet stuff I would have got, dude. Oh yeah, it's already I have 1-2 punches in here now. There he is.
Yep. So yeah, she could have come out at a bad time and put a doom on the current agenda.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like the odds of that happening because she actually has to attack you to do it.
Yeah.
So it's like it would have to be like the last click thing. But
right.
Anyway, that's great. I feel way better about going into mission 2. And hopefully we'll be able to keep up the pace.
Yeah. No. So like I mean the fact that like we're going in, we essentially each have 8 XP. Like you have 6 XP, but 2 of them are like if you do a spell, then it's essentially 8.
Right.
Which is so awesome. I do love the double arcane research. Really is like it is phenomenal to do. It's just so scary. I was so scared for you.
Yeah. No. I agree, and you're gonna keep being scared for me because it's not just making it over this hump. I mean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend the rest of the game as a 7-5, which is gonna be tight.
Yeah.
But we'll hopefully, if we make it over that XP curve and we get our decks online fast enough, it'll be great.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, the deny existences in your deck are awesome, are so good. You prevented a lot of damage with those.
Yeah, I prevented 2 action loss and 2 health loss.
Yeah,
so,
I can't remember if you had it. Did you have that in your deck last time too, or?
I think I had. I did. I think I might have only had 1.
Okay.
Okay. Because with a 7/7 character, it's not as bad. But part of the reason I kept 2 this time is because I knew I was going to be a 7/5.
Yeah.
Because of arcane research.
Yeah, there's a couple other things, man. Like the inclusion of the Holy Rosary actually is pretty sweet. I know that was sort of like a last minute ad for you.
Well, they were a swap. They were a swap from Moonstone, but I put them in again because I had the trauma.
Yeah.
So Moonstone is just I get to play it for free if I pitch it, and it gives me the extra foot.
Right.
This is where things get tough now if I want to go into the self-empower build or not, and that's where I'm really gonna have to think about.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. But I just like the what you were doing with Patrice this game, because you were able to get online quickly with Uncage the Soul and get a Righty Seeking out, and like having the Sword Cane out, having Madame Lebranche out, like it felt really good. Like on the other hand, like I have so many assets in my deck, they're all buried, and so I did the entire game with 1 guard dog and 1 enchanted blade, which is still amazing.
Yeah, it is.
I might upgrade both my blades, dude. They're 3 XP each, but like they let me see if I succeed before I empower, and it heals a heart too.
The blades?
Yeah.
I do like that about the blue one a lot.
Yeah.
I really do. The biggest thing that's gonna be tough for me now is with this much XP is I'm gonna have to figure out like what I want to cut to fit this stuff in, because it's really going to come down to, I mean, self-empower also, if I do go with that, it cuts 3 cards, but I am going to go that Alter Fate build. I'm going to get a 4 cups in there, and we're going to see what happens, because I really like Empower Self, but that's going to be the tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough call. We're gonna take the week, everybody, to think about it. Guys, I think you could tell by our moods right now that we are very pleased with how this went, and I think we're excited about getting into the next episode, a replay of Scenario 2, and hopefully it goes better than it did last time, so that we can continue on in this campaign, and I get to see more. then you'll see me playing blind some more, which is fun. But I gotta tell you, for my first scenario in which it was a replay, and having the information and knowing what was going to trigger when you do the doom, and and you do the agenda and the axe, makes such a difference in like sort of like figuring out like the next like 2 or 3 moves ahead, you know, where you're just like, okay, I understand the timer. Like it's not that like we're gonna flip the act in the middle of our turn or the end of our turn and we're gonna get hosed. Like we can be very like intentional about, you know what, let's get Ichitaka out. I'm gonna take a hit with a guard dog. We're just gonna like kill her that way. You know, there are things like that which feel really, really good. And so yeah, so if you guys are worried about like replayability or anything like that, like it actually adds another dimension to the game and your deck building and your strategy. So it's, to me, it's fun both ways, playing it blind and playing it again, because then you start to min max your turns a little bit better, which always feels great. So Matt, do you have anything else to add before we sign off? Man, we made good time today.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I mean, I forget that you have never played missions over and over again, which is something that I have done a lot of, and it really does change things a ton.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see that that's something that's like working out a little bit better for you, and I guess you'll get at least one more kind of half mission of that. We didn't get very far in the second mission.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah. So the next mission, we kind of like couldn't finish it, and then I just resigned, right? So we never really saw a lot of it. So half of it, yeah, the end half will be blind anyway, but at least the beginning half of like understanding the exploration and stuff like that, like we will know again. But yeah, I feel amazingly good about this. And I gotta give a shout out to our deck consultant Slimby, who basically like it was like around like midnight last night, like finally like saw this like slew of texts Matt and I had in a chat and was like, let me check this out. And it was awesome just to get his feedback and stuff like that. So again, if you want to join our Discord, discord.gg/critcamp, we have an Arkham Horror channel in there. So if you want to talk deck builds and stuff like that, you know, if you want to show off a deck or have questions about a deck on ArkhamDB, just throw a link in there. You know, I'll comment on it. I'll check it out. There were a few different ways, you know, I could have taken Mark Harrigan. And over the course of this last week, I was all over the map. I was big gun Mark Harrigan. I was blades only Mark Harrigan. You know, I was doing like all sorts of weird stuff, you know, and then I finally got like, you know, a kind of an idea going on, and then when I threw that to Matt and Slimby, it changed like 3 times. So it is cool. It's part of the fun for me is the deck building portion. So if you're interested in this game and you want to talk about it, yeah, get in our Discord. Matt, I think I think we're gonna sign off. What do you say?
Sounds good.
All right,
it was awesome.
Yeah, and with that, we'll say peace, good gaming. Thanks so much for joining us. If you're watching YouTube, I'll be sure to put our decks in the description below. And until next week, good night.
Good night, everyone.
All right, bye.
See ya.